ओ मेरे भाई.
Hello, welcome to our channel, my friend Bob. In one of our previous episodes, you saw Bob talking about the essentials for starting seeds indoors for planting for summer and spring. Today, we will go through the process of starting those seeds and then eventually place them on heat mats and show you how that's done.
Hello again. We find ourselves in mid-March or early March, and it's really a beautiful spring day. You saw hopefully our last video on starting the seeds, and we're going to do that today. We've got a little mix, a little bit of everything. It's a little early for certain things. Some things need to be seeded right outside. Some of your lettuces, things like that, could be directly seeded into the garden. It's a little bit early for that. Right now, we want to get some flowers going. We're going to do, I think we did an eggplant. Well, you got some peppers, maybe a tomato. It's really a little early to tomatoes. I usually start for maybe April 1st to get most of them going. But peppers, eggplant need some time, and some of these other perennials to get going. So, to get started, this is a mixed lettuce. I don't know if it can be seen. There's different color seeds in there, so we know it's a little mixed. And we just want to, not going to do the whole thing. Spread them out carefully. Come on. Oh, there we go. Spread them out there. Make it easier to transplant later on. And give them a little room until we can transplant them over. So we have our seed flat set up. We have our medium in there. We used the grower mix. Moistened it well. And we made our planting areas, which is simple as just taking, I like using a Sharpie. You could use whatever. In the greenhouse, I have my dibble. Set up our nice planting rows. We also have them marked. Got our labels going. We just did a little mixed lettuce seed. Now I'm going to do some bell peppers. Get those going. Again, you want to handle them very carefully. Sometimes outside isn't the best if it's windy. But you want to just mix it. Got that careful touch. And usually you don't want to do the whole pack of seeds.
And Bob, you were telling me earlier that it's too early for anything but peppers and eggplant.
Yeah, well, we're going to do one tomato. It's a very cold tolerant tomato called Siberia. They're up quicker than your peppers and eggplant. Usually your peppers and eggplant, usually a little more time, and they're much slower growing. Tomato, if you put it in too early, it's going to get leggy. You're going to have trouble putting it into bigger containers, where you usually don't have the problem with peppers or eggplant. Let's switch over. We're going to do a poppy. This is called Shirley's Double. And this is a very fine seed. If you can see it in there, very tiny. So there's not a lot of seed here. So we'll probably use up everything. And again, this is with these tiny seeds, it's important that you don't have too heavy a hand. Go lightly, then you can go back if you have some left over. And there's quite a bit in there. Actually, I'm not going to use it all up because there's quite a bit in there. Maybe we'll have some for, hopefully it'll last till next year. So we did some poppies, we did some peppers, and we did some lettuce. We'll do, this is celery. Celery is a very long season crop. Very tiny seed. When I do the seeds too, I like to break up. I don't like to start pepper and pepper, just in case one seed falls over. Then you have them separated a little bit to avoid confusion later on. We're spreading our celery seed out. I'm going to go just a hair heavier because this is a little bit older. Your seed packs all should have a date on them. This is from, this was 2024, from last year.
So Bob, explain, because some people think that what's on seeds is an expiration date. Explain what that date is.
It's the year it was packaged. Some seeds keep very well. It's not really an expiration, but maybe you want to think of it as the best used by date. You don't want to keep seed usually too long. You want to use it fresh. Certain seed keeps well, certain doesn't. So it's a matter of, you'll find out what works best for you. This is butterfly flower. It's a perennial. Again, I don't know if you could see the size of that seed. There's not a lot in here, but it's probably triple the size of anything we put in so far. So again, we're going to take our time. Try to space them out as best possible. Yeah, pretty good spacing on there. We're going to jump back to another pepper, Corna de Toro. It's a good pepper. Now this is from 2022. Peppers from 2 years, 3 years should be okay, as long as it's usually kept dry. We're going to switch back to another poppy. This is Red California. Again, if you can see the seed, it's not a very big seed. There's a lot of it there, so we'll go a little heavier.
So something about poppy. The region I grew up, poppy used to grow naturally from seeds from last year. And growing up, poppy and roses are two flowers that I really used to like. Eventually, it happened that since poppy is used for illegal trade also, they even came into urban areas and destroyed everything. And for years, I've been trying to grow poppy, but I failed. So I'm hoping a lot that this succeeds.
And this is California poppy. It's not your opium poppy. So there is a wide range of poppies. People hear the name poppy and they get all bent out of shape. But it's a beautiful family. There's Icelandic, there's Oriental, there's many other types other than the somnifolia, the opium poppy. I don't know if you could see in here the difference in the seed size. This was the poppy, it's very tiny. Here is your Corna de Toro, the like a friar pepper. Your butterfly flower, much larger seed. Celery, very tiny. You get back to your pepper seeds again, and then your lettuce. So there's a great difference in size in your tomatoes, your seeds. And now we'll try it. We're going to do one tomato. This is called Siberian. It's one of the most cold tolerant tomatoes. So we're going to try that. Maybe we can get a plant that early. It's supposed to be able to take 42 degrees.
Now, Bob, is this determined or indeterminate?
This is an indeterminate. So it will need some staking eventually. I've grown them before. I haven't had a real good yield and didn't see them come in much earlier than the regular tomatoes. So again, little tinier seed. I'm going to jump back to one more lettuce. Perfect. Again, tiny seed. What do we got left? We have white bachelor buttons. Another flower. Pretty good size seed. This is an annual flower. So now we're going to start a few lemon drop peppers. If you remember that from our earlier videos. These were collected last year. Peppers are a family that usually you can use seed that's been collected and saved from year to year. You could use, it's almost like an heirloom type pepper. So that's very good. You just have to carefully. Usually I would have done this before. We have seeds in here. Okay, breaking it open. You can see all the seeds in there. And again, you just want to space them out in there. See how these do. We also have one, it's called Mad Hatter. It's an unusual shaped pepper, sort of a four-lobe type thing that looks like a little hat almost. Same thing. It's been dried. It's been collected last year, dried out. We're going to break it open. This one looks a little moldy inside. So, yeah, I don't know if we'll get too much seed off of this one.
We have more.
Yeah. See the seed here, it looks a little moldy. So we're going to open up another one and see. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better.
So just to realize that collecting your own peppers, one pepper almost was like one seed pack.
Yes.
Even though we buy from MI Gardener, reasonable prices, $2. But still, keeping this is no dollars.
And it's important, sometimes you can't, you'll find you have seeds that you can't find again that you may want to grow. I grow a Thai hot pepper, beautiful little plant. Lost the seed a few years ago, and I hopefully found it from a company this year. And I'm going to try putting that in. Hopefully it's the original real Thai pepper, which is just a little one. It's a beautiful little pepper, very tiny, maybe about halfway, but it covers itself. You can do it in a hanging basket. So again, there's some reason you may want to save your own seed for things that you can't find. The last one we're going to try is red amaranthus. Now we have our seeds all in, our labels all in. What we're going to do next is cover this very lightly with some soil. And then we'll bring it in, we'll put it on the mats underneath, and it'll be good to go. Hopefully 5-6 days, you'll start to see things like the lettuce pop up, followed by your flowers, maybe the celery, then your peppers, and then the tomatoes. All that should start coming up. So we're off to a good start. We got a dozen things ready to go. We'll do a couple more flats in another video. Another week will be time to do the tomatoes and eggplant and other things. So thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully you've learned something.
I hope that this was as educational for you as it was for me. I've been doing it for multiple years, but I always say you see a master working and you learn new things. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.